Hey guys, it's Daisy with Chapter Chicks, and I'm here with another review. This is over Hunted by PC and Kristin Cast. This is the 5th book in the House of Night series. So if you have not read book 1 through 4, definitely don't watch this review. This 5th book was a big disappointment. One of the reasons why it was a big disappointment, I feel like it was just a continuance of Untamed. I don't really feel like there was a definite line between Untamed and Hunted to where there really needed to be a second book. Not much really going on, so I can't really even give you a rundown of what it is about because that's basically it. The things that were happening in Untamed are still happening in this one. I'm just going to basically be going over how the characters and how the plot is going thus far. So if you don't want to know about that, then I won't watch this review. A lot of booktubers don't do negative reviews because a lot of people will yell at them because you always have lovers of that book that will come and be like, you're crazy, this book is amazing. You'll get a bunch of dislike and a bunch of hate comments. I'm all for negative reviews. I like to see why people didn't like books because sometimes chances are there's other people who feel the same way you do, but the majority of the time there'll be people who are yelling at you and telling you you're crazy. The end of Untamed. We get this huge cliffhanger. Kelowna has finally risen up. He's taken over the House of Night. Zoe and her friends had to run away and flee the House of Night school because it's now evil. It was like such a huge cliffhanger, and it like built up so much excitement for me. I was like really looking forward to this installment in the series. I was like, yes, finally some action is happening, and it's not just so much about what the characters are doing and who the characters are dating. It's more about the action stuff of House of Night, and I was really looking forward to that in this series. But it was such a huge letdown. Such a big build-up and such a huge letdown. I feel like this was a filler. I feel like it was a placeholder. I feel like there was no real reason for this book. That's something that the House of Night series has always kind of done. This is the 5th book in the series, and I feel like out of 5 books with well done editing, it could have been chopped and pasted together with 3 books, and it would have been a lot better because I do feel like there is a lot of fillers in the House of Night series thus far, plot-wise. Characters. Oh my gosh. Some characters are developing well. Like Aphrodite, I feel like that she is having things happening to her and she is growing and developing as a character because of them. And that's what characters are supposed to do. That's one of the reasons why I love series so much, is you get to follow these characters through these events and see how they change and grow from it. Damon and Jack are also very good characters. I feel like they are developing well, and their relationship as a whole is developing well thus far. Same thing with Stevie Ray. I feel like Stevie Ray has so many things happen to her, becoming a red fledgling and going on this new frontier when it comes to fledglings, and I feel like she is handling that and dealing with that very well, and I do like their development and I do like following those characters. But there are some characters that are really getting on my nerves, and I feel like they have to start growing up and they have to start learning from their mistakes and start making better choices in the series just because of their repeat offenses. The series is becoming very dull because of that. For example, Zoe. Zoe, throughout the series, has new love interests, new boyfriends. I love him, I hate him relationship with a few set guys, basically Heath and Eric. But at this point in the story, she has 4 love interests. It is way too many. I feel like it's disgusting. At this point, she has Heath, Eric, Kelowna, and Stark. Every time she's with one of them, she does like this little rundown in her head where she's like, this is why I'm supposed to be with them. I love this about them, and you know, they're the one for me, and it just my world is so beautiful and happy when I'm with this guy. And then 5 minutes later, she'll be around another guy, and she'll do the same rundown, and it's very frustrating. It's like, pick a guy already. When I first met the twins, I really liked them. I really liked their relationship together. They need to develop. They say the same things over and over again, and I feel like they do the same things over and over again. Take them anymore. Seriously, cannot take the ditto and you got it twin thing anymore. They need to do something else. They need to develop in another way instead of constantly saying these cheesy lines. The book is starting to read like a bad Harlequin romance, and that's what it basically is a Harlequin romance for teens. In the beginning with Marked, it was not that way. It was a little spicy for a YA book, but I didn't feel like it went over cheesy and over soap opera-ish, and I feel like that's where the story is going, and I don't like it anymore. The thing about the House of Night series is that you can put the series down and not visit it again for months at a time, and you can pick it back up and be right back in there, because PC and Kristin Cast do over recap, and over recapping is really good because it makes you so you can just get right back into the story, but it would be annoying if you're reading them one after the other. The first 5 chapters are just recaps sometimes. I would not read this series one after the other because I probably wouldn't put it down and never pick it up again. But after all those negative things I said, I'm still going to continue on with the series. It's very hard for me to give up on a series, just like a lot of people can't give up on books. I can't give up on a series. If there was something about it in the beginning that I really liked, then even if it has a rough middle, it still might get amazing and it still might have a big, huge finish. If you haven't gotten from this review, I think the book is awful. I really think there's a lot that needs to pick up for the series to get better again. For the series, things I need to see to start being in love with it again and get it back up there to being amazing. Oh, there's so much. They need to condense it. They need to stop making filler things and the characters tying up loose ends plot-wise, and they need to start making it high-paced, and they need to get to the action already. Stop tiptoeing around it because it's becoming dull. Certain characters need to develop a lot. I can't say more than that. Zoe needs to develop a lot. She needs to pick a guy and be done with it. I'm tired of her boy romances. It's too much. It's too much at this point, and it's becoming the focal point of the story, and I don't like that anymore because there's other aspects of the House Knight world that I really like and I really want to start diving into versus who she likes for this 5-minute time period. Those things I really hope happen because I fell in love with the series at the very beginning. I did, and I feel like it's just gradually been going downhill since then, but it peaked with the 4th one and it's just going downhill again. It's going to have to start getting a lot better for me to like it again. Also, I have a question. Hopefully one of you guys can help me with. When do I read the Fledgling Handbook? Obviously, I just finished book 5. I haven't started book 6. I haven't even bought book 6 yet. I don't want to get spoiled on any of the other books, so I'm just wondering what book should you have finished before you read this. I would really appreciate that advice because I really do want to read this. It looks really interesting, but I do not want to get spoiled at all. So if you can leave that answer in the comments, I would thoroughly appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. In the comments below, please let me know what book in the series that you were on because I'm waiting for them to come out in paperback, so obviously I'm not up to date. So let me know what book you're on and let me know how it goes that far, like how you think it's going that far, like if it's good or if you're going to continue on, or if it just gets worse from here. Let me know if it just gets worse from here. These chapters were for you. Bye, guys.